Hello, and welcome to the Quality Matters 7th edition series webinar. Today, we're going to talk about General Standard 6 course technology. My name is Mark Cooper, and joining me on the call is Paul Lynch, Kimberly Tompkinson, Ryan Randall, and Lisa Kidder. Let's begin by talking about the Quality Matters rubric and the purpose of the rubric. So who is it for? The Quality Matters rubric is for faculty, course designers, and course developers. What is it for? The Quality Matters rubric provides guidance on how to design and build online and hybrid courses that meet the QM specific review standards. It also focuses on course design rather than course delivery or academic content. How does the QM rubric apply to your courses at ISU? The QM rubric improves the student experience. So when you follow the standards and incorporate some of that thinking into your course, it improves the student experience. Increased student and instructor presence, and in reviewing the alignment between your course content, assignments, and the assessments. Today, we'll talk about General Standard 6, and that is technologies enable the various tools in the course to facilitate the learning process. And I'll begin with Specific Review Standard 6.1. Specific Review Standard 6.1 is the tools in the course support the learning objectives. So the tools align with the course and the course module objectives, which is Specific Review Standard 2.1 and 2.2, supporting the assessments, which is Specific Review Standard 3.1. Instructional materials, which is Specific Review Standard 4.1, and the learning activities, which is Specific Review Standards 5.1. And if you're interested in learning about those, you can view some of our other webinars in the Quality Matters rubric series. So when we talk about tools, is software and applications that enable the interaction and are used for the delivery of content. And they could be internal or external to the learning management system. So some examples of that would be self-check quizzes, discussion boards, web conferencing such as Zoom, assignments, and many other tools. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan, who's going to talk about Specific Review Standard 6.2.
Great, thanks, Mark. Specific Review Standard 6.2 says that course tools promote learner engagement and achieve active learning. This slide and the next, I'll give you more information about how to understand that. Then the third slide is going to give you some specific examples with Moodle ISU and other tools here at ISU. So what this means is that the course tools should promote active learning processes, not promote passive absorption. It should support 3 types of interaction for students. There should be both learner-instructor interaction, learner-to-content interaction, and learner-to-learner interaction. So they should be able to interact with you, the instructor. They should be able to interact with whatever textbook or other course materials you've created and provided, and they should be able to interact with each other using the tools in the course. By doing this, these active learning tools will help students practice such verbs as interacting with the material, retrieving information or concepts from the material, discussing the material, investigating the material, and creating things based on the material, helping to extend, perhaps apply, doing that sort of higher order creation. What sort of tools do we have here at ISU that you might be able to use? The ones that we recommend that you use include, but of course are not limited to, synchronous interaction you can do through Zoom, just like we're doing right now. asynchronous interaction could be done through Google Documents, PowerPoints, Google Slides, other shared documents that let students work alongside each other, but distributed throughout time. They don't have to be collaborating right at the same moment. Tools that require learner input, such as Moodle Lessons or H5P, anything that makes a student stop passively just hoping that they'll absorb material if they just watch a long lecture video. But instead, if you break it into smaller chunks where students have to actually interact before it continues, that's the sort of thing that you can do with Moodle Lessons or with H5P tools. For discussion tools, you can use Moodle Forums. And you can also make automated self-check exercises, again, using Moodle tools, or you could use quizzes. So you could make quizzes that have very little to actually no weight applied to their final score, but you use the tool so that they check their understanding. And then with each of the possible answers, you can supply feedback that explains whether or not each of those individual responses is correct or not, and why. These are some of the tools that you can help create with Moodle ISU or other tools on campus that help make sure that you can achieve active learning for your students. Up next, Kim will tell us about Specific Review Standard 6.3.
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, Specific Review Standard 6.3 is concerned with the specific technologies used in a course, and it simply states a variety of technology is used in the course. So having variety doesn't necessarily mean that you should use a dozen different technologies, but rather enough technology variety so that students have a number of different ways that they can interact with the material. So any technology that is used in the course should be used in an attempt to vary the learning activities and assist the learner to engage in active learning. Online courses cannot simply be a text-only repository of information for students to passively absorb, but technology allows for active engagement with information and with others to help facilitate learning. And as with everything else we do, as we design and deliver content, it's important to make sure the technologies you use align with the other course components, such as objectives, activities, and assessments. And Moodle has several tools that add variety, so you may find that you have all that you need right within the LMS. So next, let's take a minute to view what some of those might be. So some examples of tools that are already in Moodle for you to use are discussion forums, as Ryan mentioned, and the video tool that is embedded in the editor, along with the Loom recorder that's also in the editor, as well as the ability to upload or embed videos that are stored outside of Moodle. H5P also has many options for interactive learning, such as dictation that can be used to create practice activities for language classes or a virtual tour for a geography class. You can also use drag and drop H5P, where you have students drag items onto an image, for example. And then the lesson tool is a great way to present information and insert formative assessment so students can monitor their progress as they go. This is also a good way to give students immediate feedback. There may be times when you need to use a tool outside of Moodle, such as when you may need to use a simulation to demonstrate a medical procedure or other process. But regardless of what your content area is, there are plenty of technology options to choose from that will allow you to create opportunities for students to interact with material and with one another. And next, Paul is going to talk to us about SRS 6.4.
Great, thank you, Kim. Specific Review Standard 6.4 states, the course provides the learners with information on protecting their privacy. This standard takes into consideration how course design, course tools, and course settings can impact learner privacy. In order to get a better understanding of Specific Review Standard 6.4, we can consider the following points. First, strategies for enhancing learner privacy. In our course design, we want to strive to uphold learner privacy, ensuring that all settings and tools used to contribute to a secure learning environment. We provide learners with clear steps, or we want to provide learners with clear steps and guidelines on how they can protect their privacy during course activities, interactions, and while using various tools. It's essential to make these guidelines accessible and easy to understand to empower learners to take control of their privacy. An example of this is you as an instructor can create a detailed statement or include a module in your course on privacy. And in this, you can explain how learners can adjust their profile settings, either in the LMS or with various course tools to limit what is visible to others. They can also provide examples of secure practices in relation to those tools that you're using within your course. Next, tool usage and privacy considerations. Our courses utilize a wide range of tools, including those selected by instructors and those integrated at at a department level. We want to ensure that privacy policies for all these tools are readily available, providing transparency and clarity on how learner data is handled. Additionally, we want to make a clear distinction between tool-enabled learning activities that require privacy policies and those that do not, ensuring that learners are not required to compromise their privacy unnecessarily. So, for example, instructors can choose tools that are known for their strong privacy protections and make sure to communicate these to the learners. For instance, if a video conferencing tool is used, like Zoom that we're using right now, the instructor can ensure that the sessions are not recorded without consent, and that learners are aware of how to use privacy settings within the tool. Settings available to end users may vary from tool to tool, so just keep that in mind as you are providing this information. And last, review and verification of privacy provisions. Instructors and institutions play a crucial role in safeguarding learner privacy. This includes verifying links to privacy policies, checking the measures taken to protect learner data, and ensuring that all settings are configured to uphold privacy standards. As an instructor, you could include this in your course's comprehensive privacy provisions, and you could include information on safeguarding privacy. So, for example, if you are doing video conferencing calls and a learner may need to enable camera. So those are things that you can include in your guidelines for your course technology. Next, I'd like to share some resources that we have available to you in the ITRC. First is the Quality Plus program. The Quality Plus program at ISU is part professional development and part quality assurance for online courses at ISU. This program is designed to increase faculty knowledge, skills, and abilities in online teaching, increase faculty knowledge, skills, and abilities in developing online courses, and to create quality ISU online courses. To learn more about this program, go ahead and scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. Thank you for joining us today for this session on the Quality Matters General Standard 6. If you're interested in any upcoming Wednesday webinars, you can view the full schedule and register by scanning the QR code that's currently on the screen. Next week's webinar will cover General Standard 7, Learner Support, on Wednesday, November 1st, starting at 2 p.m. The ITRC also offers several support resources and services. First, the TigerTracks Knowledge Base is a library of how-tos at your fingertips. We also have a library of videos and recordings similar to today's Wednesday webinar on our ITRC video library. And you're always welcome to meet with us at the ITRC. You can contact us by emailing us at itrc@isu.edu, and this will get you in contact with a full-time staff member. Or you can call us at 208-282-5880. Or you can even stop by our front lab in room B17 in the basement of the Oboler Library. Be sure to watch for other ITRC webinar announcements in ISU Today and the ISU Events calendar. Thank you for joining us today.